too.
Yeah. Yeah. This song, my first note, I love the singing. I love the harmony. And if I knew how to crip walk, I'd do it to this song.
Just do it inside.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Do it inside, buddy.
So it's my brain. Okay.
Can't unhear it. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. It'll be using that to try and figure out
Right.
how to be funny.
Exactly.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Backwards Beats podcast. I'm Carl Carter, Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
Man, it's been a while, my friend.
It sure has.
I was gone for pretty much a month.
Yeah.
Or at least we haven't sat in this room together for a month.
Right. Right.
So thank you for holding down fort and for your hilarious ads in my absence.
And for all of you who've been listening for the past month, leave your feedback as to how well I did at sounding like Carl.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
AI couldn't do that either.
No.
Oh, man. Roll up to the fine state of Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be finer, hopefully. And spent some time in Connecticut as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just did the Northeast thing.
Yeah. Maine's nice.
Yeah, it's great. The air is better. Life is slower. It's not cheaper, though.
No. How was a lobster?
Nowhere else. Good. Just, it's hard. It's hard. So for the first time ever in Maine, it's way cheaper just to buy a lobster.
Right.
Steamed up, and like you have to go do all the work. Mm-hmm. Now you have to, if you buy the lobster roll, you're the real sucker.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be that way.
And it was always the best to go to like some roadside lobster roll.
That's the way.
Right. That is the way.
No, they went out, they put out all of their traps, and they took home like 80 of these suckers. They're not like big commercial fishermen. They picked them themselves.
Yeah.
They made it. Put it this way, the lobster roll that I had, $43
Wow.
for just the roll.
Wow.
No, it came with a bag of chips.
Oh, that's nice. That's crazy because I was just in New York City for 4 days, and which is insanely expensive as well. But we went to a show at the Blue Note.
I heard of it.
Yeah, and they don't put their prices on the menu, but they have a $20 consumption requirement. It's like, well, is that one drink or half a drink? You know, or is a beer going to be $18 and I've got it? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But their prices are actually more reasonable than that.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I mean, it still was a $20 beer, but
You're at the Blue Note.
yeah, you're at the Blue Note.
That is what it is. No.
Talk about a fire hazard.
Oh,
They pack you in there.
well, what's the club in D.C. we used to go to? Blues Alley.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's that same exact vibe where
Yep.
like you're rubbing shoulders with the person next to you.
Yep.
It gives off the comedy club type of vibes.
Yep.
How was Blue Note?
It was great. We saw Christian McBride and Ursa Major.
Oh,
Yeah. It was just really, really good.
see, last time I saw Christian was Nate Smith somehow wrangled him into playing
Nice.
at our local club, Keystone Corner here in Balmer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Nate Smith and Christian and two others. And though they set up in a very similar way, the small table up front, it was nothing like that. I mean, it's actually quite a large room. It sounds very, very good. But yeah, the New York club's the way to do it.
Sure is. So what are we doing right now?
We are reviewing a long-anticipated album, which I think down in our hearts we always knew would be somewhere on this list.
For sure.
Frankly, I'm a little surprised to see it this far back in the list.
Yeah, me too. But what's so interesting is, so what we're talking about is the album All Eyez On Me
By one Tupac.
by one Tupac.
Not 1, 2, just Tupac.
It's just Tupac, right? And this album is obviously a big deal. It was a diamond selling album.
Back when that was like really hard to do.
Yeah. So diamond is 10 million.
Yeah.
In case you don't know what that means. And obviously a big deal. I'm just curious if he was such a legend in his time, but it was a short time.
Indeed.
And I wonder if you had to be there, if that's why it's so far back.
You make a good point.
You know?
There's two faces to this album in the argument that does it check the box of it, the music is actually great. Yes,
Yep.
There's great music on this album. There's also did this do something for the entire genre?
100%.
Arguably more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we've watched Rolling Stone award both of these factors, but doesn't mean most albums have both of these in common.
Right.
In fact, I can only think of a few that we've reviewed so far that were both, monumental in the step that they took. And I think we'll see a lot more of that coming down the pipe in our future.
Yeah.
And the music's really, really great. The last one I can think of that like hit that same way, where it's like, oh, like this was a tremor. Mm-hmm. Sinead O'Connor is a good example.
Yeah.
Where this was kind of groundbreaking in the genre and the music is very good.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of the list, when I was in New York, I was in Greenwich Village and we were going through some record stores and I heard some Bell and Sebastian.
Hey, they're a bigger deal. It's funny. As soon as, we got hip to them, or at least I got hip to them, because I didn't know anything from them, suddenly like you see them a little more.
Yeah, and it wasn't the album that we did.
No,
Yeah.
they have a ton of work.
Yeah, they do.
They popped up with Tiny Desk concerts. Like,
Yep.
what's going on? It's always been there.
Yep.
I'm convinced I'm just dumb,
We just missed it.
It's always been there.
Yep.
Anyway, this is a 2-disc album. It's 26 tracks, y'all.
Yep. And we're not going to cover all 26 tracks because I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
Yeah, if you've looked at our past, this is the decision we're making now. We've done this with any compilation or just any disc that runs more than 20. We simply don't think that it makes for great content.
Yeah, we forgot to do that with Miranda Lambert. We actually did do the double disc.
Yeah, we
that one.
hunched down on that one. But if you look at, like when you looked at like Howlin' Wolf and stuff.
Yep, Muddy Waters.
Some of the compilations, obviously all of the Spectre stuff.
Yep.
No, we respect Tupac plenty, but we took a different approach here. We said, how can we, because we've learned, this deep into our podcast game, how can we make this really balance out? And so initially we kind of set up a power ranking is the best way to call it.
Yeah. Yeah. Each one of us picked our top 12 favorite songs.
If you had to make an album
Yeah.
out of the collection in front of you.
Yeah. So we'll be covering those. We'll be talking about some that fell off the list for us.
Yeah, we'll do that later. We'll open on the high note, obviously.
Oh, you want to start shit talking? Actually, this is not going to happen, but yeah, I think we've got the formula. I am curious. I mean, this is an important album, and I do wonder, and it'd be great to hear from you about this for these double albums. I think this is a good format, and actually, I think it was the Muddy Waters. It was like a 4-disc collection.
It was long,
or maybe it was a Phil Spector. It was one of those two. Was like massive. 50. I think yeah,
53 songs.
Yeah. So maybe we'll never do that, but should we do a format like this? Or should we split it into 2 episodes?
Yeah, I consider that too.
Yeah. Let us know. You can hit us up at Backwards Beat Podcast on Instagram. You can hit us backwardsbeatpodcast@gmail.com. You can join our Patreon if you really want us to pay attention to you.
Pay attention.
Yeah. We'll pay attention to you wherever. We're happy to engage with you, but it'd be great to get that feedback. After you listen to this episode, like, yeah, no, I wanted to hear you talk about the stinkers too, or whatever. I want you to go track by track ad nauseum as the best theme song on the planet states.
Ad nauseum. There will be more double discs down the road. I'm positive.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have the White Album.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll have like The Wall.
It's gonna
be both
be
White
there.
albums. That's why I picked.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to regale us with some background here before we jump into the meat and potatoes?
About Mr. Pac?
The Pac.
Yeah. Tupac, born Tupac. His actual birth name, Tupac Shakur. Born in the Crooks of East Harlem, Parish Crooks of East Harlem, named after a Peruvian revolutionary, which is important to his story. Not the revolutionary, but he was born and raised deeply rooted in the Black Panther, movement.
Yep.
His parents, his mother was Black Panther. They're heavy activists, part of the whole Malcolm X movement. And that becomes very important, I think, to not just the music that he put out, but to the backing of his personality and potentially a driving factor for some of the choices he made.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a key part of his persona.
Yeah. He was in Baltimore. He went to the Baltimore School for the Arts studying acting, poetry, jazz, ballet. He became close friends with Jada Pinkett.
That he did.
Yeah.
They did a Tupac bobblehead night earlier this season at Orioles Stadium, which is pretty sick.
Yeah. Relocated to Marin County, California in 1988, which introduced him to the West Coast music scene.
West Side?
And entered the music industry in 1990 as a roadie and backup dancer for the Digital Underground.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good link to have at that point.
Yeah.
That's really a turn in hip hop.
Well, what I've learned about him, I was obviously aware of him in the 90s. I was an adult in the 90s, and so, but what I didn't know as much, because I wasn't an avid follower of him, I liked his music, but there was so much other media around him that was so polarizing, and I didn't care, frankly.
Yeah.
I didn't care to follow it.
I got no dog in this fight.
Yeah. And because I didn't care about East Coast, West Coast, I didn't care about gangsters fighting.
Styles, that was a big thing too, is who's ripping off whose style or flow, right?
Yep. So I didn't care, so I didn't pay that close of attention. But what I've definitely learned is he's quite intelligent, quite articulate, and
he's charming. His charisma too.
Yeah, he's got Riz, good-looking guy. He's the whole package. So what? And as we all know, he's no longer with us. If you haven't been,
I'm all but 5% there.
what?
I think he might be on the moon.
You think so? You think he's with Elvis eating?
Definitely eating bacon peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
I'd like to hold out and think I could still say hi, get a signature.
Yeah, I know. Once you have a lung removed and you.
Man, let a man dream.
Okay, all right. So before this album, he released a couple other things. He had Tupacalypse Now, 1991, debut album. And it was very much a social commentary album. And actually, what's fun about listening to this music is some of the references that they make. I'm like, oh, yeah, look at that. Because in that album, it's like Dan Quayle stuff. And remember when the worst thing your vice president could do is misspell potato?
Yeah. Binders of women.
Yeah, right. Yeah, great.
Flip flopper.
Then he came out with another album that I can't say the title of, but Strictly For My Ends. Breakout commercial success featuring hits like Keep Your Head Up.
Yep.
It's a good song.
Great song.
Get Around.
Also, great song.
Yeah. And then Thug Life Volume 1. And we'll talk about Thug Life in a minute here. But that was a collaborative group project. Definitely a much more cynical thug persona. They have Me Against the World in 1995. Released while he was incarcerated, so he became the first person to have a number one or charting album. I think it was number one album while in prison.
It's amazing.
Yep. And you got Brenda's Got a Baby, Dear Mama.
Yep.
Big songs there.
Huge songs, honestly. Look back at those.
Yeah.
What a catalog.
Yeah. So you have that. You have this album. Should we skip around? Should we talk about some of the calamity of his life?
Yeah, let's just cut right to it.
Yeah. So what's really unfortunate is, there's like a 22-month period where things just went off the rails for him, right? So first of all, he was on trial for sexual assault.
Yep.
And at that time, he was recording at Quad Studios in New York, and he had a bit of a reputation for being pretty harsh and direct, and he had dissed some folks. And so he had been set up. He was what was he doing? Oh, he was recording or being asked to do a guest verse on Gimme the Henchman album. And he was going to get $7,000 for it. He wanted money up front. He's being a bit of a prima donna about it. Mm-hmm. And it was like rude to some henchmen. And those henchmen ended up hiring some local street enforcers, primarily Dexter Isaac, to discipline Tupac. And he was disciplined by being shot 5 times.
Yeah.
But he was a tough guy, and he checked himself out of the hospital the next day.
Crazy.
But that started this whole like cycle of paranoia that really like drove him into a bad place. So he was convicted of sexual assault.
Indeed, he was.
And just days after he was convicted, and he was sentenced to between like 1.5 4 years in prison. Well, he was, and that's when Me Against the World hit number 1 in Billboard, and basically he was in trouble while he was there. Right, obviously he made a bad choice. He was in trouble. He was broke. He's facing legal fees. His friends kind of abandoned him.
Yep, he was pretty much done for.
Yep. So enter Suge Knight into the equation, who bails him out.
Yep.
Because he was on an appeal, he bails him out of jail. And immediately, it was a $1.4 million bail.
That's a big bet to place on someone.
Yeah. And then signs him to death row. Within 2 days of coming out of jail, the recording starts for this album.
I mean, better.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And so this was, a very creative time for him because there's 25 songs. I read somewhere, I think there's like 50 songs he wrote.
And they had to like cut it down.
Yeah. Could have cut more. But this was recorded only in a couple months. And he dropped Hit 'Em Up as a single, which is one of his biggest diss tracks, which really didn't help.
No, but here's where I have to interject.
Yeah.
It did and it didn't.
Okay.
Because the fuel on the fire and the hip hop came. It made him relevant really quickly again.
It did, but it also brought in the East Coast, West Coast thing.
Yes, indeed. It ushered in the coastal rap battle.
Right.
It's pretty wild to listen to.
Yeah.
Diss tracks existed before this.
Yeah.
But this was so direct. And you have to think that Death Row at the time had the resources to get stuff on the airwaves immediately.
Right.
With like very little like convincing. They could just throw money at it or they could threaten.
Yeah. And so and I think part of the problem with that is that Tupac definitely did some illegal stuff. He was not a gangster, but was saying a lot of gangster stuff. Right? And the person who shot him initially was a Crip.
Yeah.
Like an actual gangster. And I know you poke the bear, right?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a gangster. And so much so from the perspective of thug life, right? So thug life was his ideology, right? And thug life is an acronym. He had it tattooed like on his abdomen and later regretted that. But it's an acronym for the hate you give little infants fucks everybody.
Yep.
So this is the thing where, all right, maybe you should watch out for what your little slogan is or your punchline is, because if I've heard interviews with him explaining what it's supposed to mean. And if you can't tell what your slogan means by your slogan, get a different friggin' slogan, right? Because what it ended up doing is it had media, police, and everyone's like, oh, you're a thug, you're a criminal, you're embracing this, whatever. He's like, no, man. Actually, my dad and I are trying to write this rules of the street. We're trying to actually prevent the gangster stuff that's happening
Sure.
and do this. But you have that, and then you have actual thugs who are like, you think you're a thug.
Well, and then you get the mixed messaging of it all.
Yeah.
Especially on this album, where you'll hear the words "thug life" and "other side of my nine."
Yep.
You know, and it suddenly doesn't feel like a supportive message, and because it isn't, if read on paper.
Right. And in some of these songs, it feels like gangster life is celebrated.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, so 1990s.
Picture me rolling into my 500 Benz. I got no love for you, ends. There's no need to be friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and towards the end of his life, he did admit like regret for the tattoo and all of that. And this is also why I feel like the Black Panther upbringing, because sort of the Malcolm X style was much more, Black Panther was very aggressive.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
It was not Martin Luther King.
no, Malcolm X was a whole different. Yep.
Thing. So if I'm not saying that if I were in those circumstances that I might not want to be aggressive myself, but if your answer to solving problems is with aggression and then you go start emulating that in other areas of life, it may not work out.
Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, he never strikes me as a person who had any fear.
No.
He was, even in his music, he addresses a lot of topics. He gets vulnerable in a lot of ways, but he never shows fear. He was pretty brave in that sense.
I agree. Yeah.
And, whether or not he actually spent a lot of time doing gangster things, he certainly likes to play the role.
Yes.
And he certainly took the back end of the stick on it more than once.
He sure did, because eventually, September 1996, he's at MGM Grand. There's a big brawl. He went to go watch the Tyson fight against Bruce Sheldon. And in the casino lobby, right after the fight, Tupac's entourage was spotted Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, member of the Southside Compton Crips, who previously jumped a death row associate in a mall. And Tupac rushed him. Talk about no fear.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a difference to being maybe aggressive, maybe a little tough, and being an actual gangster. Those people, the life that they live, even before they were gangsters, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got rules. It's got honor code. It's got everything.
And no one's afraid to take a punch, right, or anything like that. So like,
Yeah.
So he rushed him along with Suge and Death Row security and beat him pretty hard.
Yeah.
So, which then yielded a few hours later after the brawl, about 11:15 p.m., he was a passenger seat in a black BMW driven by Suge Knight, heading towards Club 662. When stopped at a red light, at Flamingo Road in Cove Lane, a white Cadillac pulled up alongside them and shot him 4 times. So now he's got 9 bullet holes in him. But he shot him twice in the chest, once in the arm, and once in the thigh. And Suge was grazed by shrapnel. He was brought to University Medical Center, placed in a medically induced coma, had a lung removed, and 6 days later died from internal bleeding at the age of 25.
There you go.
So, tragic.
Indeed.
Right? Unnecessary.
Indeed.
If you think about, like, again, the assets he had, right?
Yeah.
He was smart, charming, talented, charismatic.
Had a future.
Yeah. So it's definitely a sad story.
No one's happy about the loss of Pac. I mean, I'm sure there's a few out there, but generally speaking, no one, especially in the music world, is would celebrate the loss of Pac. His voice and his cadence and his presence, years and years and years later, getting to listen to these albums, right here, has been like, just there's a warmth to them. It's rarely emulated.
Yeah. When you turn this on, it is the 90s.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Fully, man.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And this is coming from someone who didn't listen to a lot of hip hop, right? But as soon as it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah. It's really weird. And I was just in New York, and we were walking through Times Square, and the spot where like MTV used to do their Total Request Live, is now being demolished and under construction because MTV is no longer.
Rip.
And but I could see the windows of all that, and I remember like Total Request and California Love coming on or something like that, and yeah, it
hits a certain spot.
Yeah, it does. So yeah. 25 songs in here, a ton of collaborators. I'm not going to list them all. We'll go through them as we go through the tracks. Anything else you want to talk about the man before we get into the music?
No, I mean, that was pretty thorough. Thank you. And, there's a million media pieces done on Pac and his demise. And, there's no lack of the ability to study. I think you actually did a really good job summing it up.
Yeah. And I want to be very clear. Even though I keep saying this, it's a shame, yada, 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 there will be listeners who are like, well, yeah, this is a white dude not knowing what it's like. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Right. And so it's not without empathy. And actually, I wish that I have a dear friend who grew up here in Baltimore in the Murphy homes, right, which is where The Wire is based off of. It doesn't matter how many stories he tells me, he always has another one to one up himself about the horrible stuff that he's seen.
Yep. Now,
he pulled himself out. To meet him, you would never, ever know. He was never in a gang. And he talked about his mechanism was faking it appropriately, knowing how to talk to the gangsters so that they liked him and didn't bother him. But he lived with murderers. And he talked about, I was talking about this album with him. And he talked about how these people who are going out and killing people were also organizing like the community picnics,
Well, sure.
Yeah, because they're part of the community, right? And it's like being a gangster was just their job. It was which is kind of crazy.
It has rules.
Yeah.
You don't war on Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. So anyway, enough gangster stuff. We'll get into the music.
After this break?
Yeah, man.
After this break.
So here's the deal. Sad Sack Brewery became an overnight success when food influencer at SnackDaddy67 accidentally tagged us instead of the French bistro in town, Cest Sec. Before you knew it, they wanted our beer and chili everywhere, including Andrew Tate's arraignment protest, the local furry convention, and the Great American Fair, where we won second place for best overall meal. We only lost by 2 points to the reflecting pool paint in presentation and color. Our winnings gave us enough cash to start our next venture. After Clyde paid off his cockfighting debt, we were offered a stake in a recently seized agave farm from a guy who calls himself Manuel Dirty Sanchez. Now I know nothing about burning cactus, so we needed to find ourselves a Mexican, pronto. Pablo Ramirez wasn't available, thanks to ice, but his comfort goat, Pablo Ramirez, was. Now you might ask, what do goats know about making tequila? Hell if I know. Anyways, we needed to get distilling before the cartels caught wind of our operation. So Clyde blackmailed a Goya delivery pilot with toothy blowjob videos. And before you knew it, me, Clyde, and Pablo were off to Guadalajara to pick our pickly prize. Who knew that goats love cactus? Stupid Pablo ate over half of our stash, got motion sickness, and double dragoned all over the plane and into my hoodie. We was picking needles out of his backside for 3 weeks afterwards. Turns out, making tequila is easy. Just char some cactus, toss in some water. Problem is, thanks to that selfish prick Pablo, we had to go back to the plane with putty knives and women's gloves from Target to scrape up agave chunks off of the fuselage so we could finish the batch. Ergo, vomito reposado. Now, in order to make it a true reposado, we let it rest for 69 days in some Home Depot primer buckets that Clyde found behind the rec center when looking for some cigarettes with some life left in them. This agave spirit smells like the insides of a goat who may or may not have drank a warm six-pack of Truly and ate a family-sized bag of Funyuns before taking an illicit flight south of the border. And it tastes like Father Timmons' tongue after he smoked a pack of Black & Milds. El Vomito Reposado. Try it with Clyde's rehydrated squid sheet tamales and Durex blood sausage. Sad Sack Drink and Drug Company. El Vomito Reposado. It ain't bad.
So, one of the things that bugs me most about New England is the fact that the second you cross state lines, people act like they have an entirely new identity.
Okay, I pretty much know what you're talking about as someone who grew up in New England, but let me hear your take on that.
Great. So, imagine being in Portsmouth, New Hampshire,
I've been there.
and crossing into Kittery, Maine.
It's a different universe.
It's 165 feet apart. And suddenly people have put on this air like they're an entirely new person. That's not even the worst part. The further south you go is the worse it gets.
Okay.
God, Connecticut to Rhode Island, to Connecticut or to New York, New York. I mean, I probably did those backwards, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it goes Rhode Island, Connecticut.
Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York,
Yep.
New York to Jersey.
Yep.
And if you're East Coast, Jersey to Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
it's just, even in Maryland, do we do that too, Pennsylvanians? Or I guess depending where you enter, Delawareans?
Right.
Because you don't get it in Delaware. If you
Well,
get it, the Philly heads have to make it known.
Yeah. Well, nobody cares about Delaware.
Yeah. No one from Allentown's putting on a front either, though.
No. And so what's funny about what you're saying, and I like I said, I've grown up in the East Coast. I've lived in Massachusetts, even within Massachusetts. So I grew up in the sticks in the
How
West.
did I forget Massachusetts of all places? My God, those guys are so. You know, I saw more than 3 bumper stickers that literally said "masshole" on them.
Yeah.
Like you're celebrating the derogatory term fed to you. Sorry.
Yeah. It's fucking pissa, dude.
It's so wild, bro.
But what's weird about that is, so I grew up in the 413.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it tattooed on your chest?
No. So in Western Massachusetts, it's closer to Vermont, but it's so weird because you have a mix of, I'll just say, hippies and rednecks.
Yeah.
Right.
You say the same for Oregon.
Yeah. Yep. But for some reason, I feel like at least the flavor of hippie in Massachusetts is different than the flavor of hippie in Vermont.
The Vermont's amongst the crunchiest of them all.
They are crunchier. Yeah. It's
Vermont's the proudest hippie.
yeah. Yep. I don't know why that is, because I grew up 12 miles from Vermont, and there's definitely a different vibe 12 miles away. Like, it's not crazy, but it's noticeable.
I read a whole book called Free Radio Vermont whilst on vacation.
Yeah.
And it was about a guy who started kind of like a pirate radio station, much to the chagrin of said Vermont mayor. You know, and it's a really recent book because they mentioned Dump's first presidency during it. But it was like, you know, I enjoyed the book. It's an easy read, but the pride you can just feel is talking about the trees, and then you get like the Noah Kahns of the world. My God, like I can't shut up about Vermont.
Right.
And so,
It's a pretty wonderful place, actually, but
I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
I'm a little intimidated.
why?
I don't know. I feel like it won't live up to the
hype?
the crunch factor.
So-
How many hacky sacks do I have to bring?
Well, it depends on where you go. If you go up to Burlington, at least 7.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you're in Rutland, there'll be none because, and if you're in southern Vermont, if you're in the Green Mountains, it's going to be mostly just wilderness and animals.
So more like 2.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. I did drink some Hetty Topper while I was up there.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do know what you're talking about. And it is weird. Like Manchester, New Hampshire, which is pretty much right over the border into from Massachusetts, is a feeder town that will get you to Boston. It's a bear of a commute, but
It's west.
it's north. Manchester's north of Boston. Yeah, because
I don't know anything.
when I lived in Boston, I would go to the Manchester airport because there's a tiny airport, easier to get in and out of. Yeah. So, so the people in Manchester, they're like, well, they're smarter than everybody because it's so much cheaper to live in New Hampshire than it is to live in Massachusetts.
Everything's cheaper than Massachusetts, I learned.
Yeah, Massachusetts is expensive. But then even up the coast of Massachusetts, if you're in, like, there's a big difference, I think, between like Revere in the North Shore than Quincy.
Quincy. It's, by the way, guys, for the native speakers out here, it's Quincy.
It's Quincy.
Quincy.
It's Quincy. Yes. And it's Revere. And yeah. And there's a difference between Revere.
See, you're doing it in front of it. You're reverting.
Yeah. But you got to say Revere. You got to do that. Or Swampscott.
Squat.
Yeah.
Someone give him some toilet paper.
Yeah. All right.
How about something not reading?
The winner.
Okay. So our approach, as we mentioned earlier, rather than trying to regale you with our thoughts on, it's 27 songs, by the way, fun fact. I think we've said 25 earlier. 2 hour and 12-minute album. Not a short one. Even if you were to cut this thing in half per disc, I mean, all the songs are over 4 minutes.
He's got a lot to say.
He's got a ton to say. And if it's not him saying it, it's a lot of, he has a ton of guests on this album. A lot of repeat guests, but still guests nonetheless.
Yep.
Some big names some wouldn't know. And then, of course, the only one that matters, Nate Dogg. So what we did is him and I did a dream album. If we could grab 12 songs each, what would they be? And there's one caveat here. The Gimme, so it'd actually be a 13-song album, would be the original California Love.
Yeah. So I'll start off talking crap.
Please.
And praise.
Yes.
California Love, the original song, is an S-tier song beyond this album.
Top 10 hip-hop songs of all time.
Right. The dumpster fire on this album is a hate crime to that song.
Yeah, so on this album, we unfortunately catch the California Love remix.
Yeah.
Which sounds like you ate a ton of Valium and went after this song. It lost all of its energy.
Yeah. Right, because what makes the original California Love so amazing is the riff that taken from Woman to Woman by Joe Cocker. Yeah. And if you've never heard the original, check out Woman to Woman by Joe Cocker. It's a banging song.
Everything by Joe Cocker slays.
Yeah. And so the thing that's so good about California Love is not just that riff, but his delivery. And the delivery is not gone. It's the same vocal track.
It is.
But there's all this flowery stuff going on and weird.
It's incredible how much it changes.
Yeah.
It really is a disaster. So a lot of you who are listening to this, even if you know nothing about Tupac, you know the song we're speaking of.
Yeah.
Praise.
It was on the radio. Yeah.
It couldn't not be, and it still is.
Yeah.
If you've been to a roller skating rink or a wedding or a bris, you've heard California Love.
Yeah.
The one we like.
Yes.
I don't recall having heard this remix since I was a kid. And I remember going, this is one of the circumstances back where you get the album, you're pissed because you didn't get the right thing.
Right.
This was that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you bought
I have the CDs at home.
Right. So if you
my mom's house somewhere.
Yeah. So if you because you are at home. But if you bought this album for that song, you're gonna be mad.
Oh, you're pissed.
Yeah.
I also had the single of it though before
Yes.
I ever had this.
Yeah.
This is an expensive disc set back in the day.
Yeah, it's what, $20.
$28.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
It hurt.
So this is probably the hardest we're going to go on any of the tracks, only because we both appreciate the original so much.
Yeah, the California Love that we all love and know is not the California Love on this album.
Right.
User beware.
Yes. I've listened to this album probably 12 times in preparation for this. And with the exception of the first 2 or 3 times, every time it came to this song, I would pause the album and go listen to the original one because it's just so good. And I have nothing to say about this other one other than it's not a good remix.
Agreed.
All right.
I just straight skip it because I can hear the original in my head. It's that good.
Yeah. But then I want to hear it. Like,
Nothing wrong with that. All right. Done. We got that out of the way.
get into happy talk.
It was a massive gripe. Like you and I were texting about it from miles away.
Yeah.
So it turns out we did a little preparation today because organizing this would be a pain in the ass otherwise. And I think we had 8 songs in common on our perfect album scenario.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Perfect.
Good memory.
So let's talk through those a little bit and just kind of talk about why we celebrate those.
So the one that matches first.
We're going to go in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep. Because these aren't ranked any higher than they're just our favorites.
Yep.
We might call out ones that are actually favorites. All About You.
Oh, dude. What a great song.
Yeah, that's a match for us. Why is it your favorite song, Carl?
Well, first of all,
One of your favorite songs, yeah.
One of the reasons, and it kind of wins in the order of events.
Yep.
It's the second song on the entire album. Mm-hmm. Anything with a Nate Dogg in it will automatically get my blessing to be on the album.
Well, this has 2 dogs.
It does. Nate and Snoop.
Yeah.
And it's so true. This song is so upbeat and a wonderful way to appreciate the kind of rap that we're getting into.
Yeah, this song has a bounce to it.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
It makes you just wish you were in a backyard party in the summer.
Yeah. And it also has that like signature like West Coast, in this case it's a sine wave, but the keyboard synthesizer
It's
line.
doing it like a line up in the mix.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a monophonic synth because what I mean by that is you can't play 2 notes at the same time, so it gives you a certain timbre, in sound. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great boom bap kind of snare clap / snare sample that they're running the entire time.
Yeah.
Every single person's got their lines down.
Yeah.
This is the first time that obviously because it's so early in the album, but Snoop and Pac have a really great vocal relationship when it comes to playing with each other because they're so young and impressionable and they very much have their own thing, but they also have this great quality together. The same way that like Mos Def and Talib Kweli had, in Black Star.
Yeah.
Or like Big Boy and Andre do in Outkast. You end up with this like, you kind of have these 2 powers. And, Snoop over the years has gotten a lot of criticism, or not criticism, but we kind of go, yeah, Uncle Snoop at this point,
Well, now he hangs out with Martha Stewart.
Yeah, shows up in a Katy Perry song, right?
Yeah,
It does the Snoop Lion thing. But super young Snoop, when he was really getting it, hard to beat. He had such swagger.
Yeah.
And Pac, on the other hand, has this kind of like aggressive, he's not going to let anybody get the best of him. So it feels like brotherly competition the whole time.
Yeah, and what's so interesting is I agree, they sound good together. But Pac is, like you say, he's very aggressive. It sounds like a man rapping, right? And Snoop sounds like Snoop.
He sounds like Snoop.
It just sounds like Snoop.
Which is the best compliment you could pay him.
Yeah.
He is his own star.
Yeah, nobody sounds like him. And he's okay to lay back on the beat and do his thing. We'll talk about it in another song where I feel like they interplay off each other better than this one. But to me, what's so great about Snoop in this one is the outro.
The outro monologue.
Yeah, the outro about the Million Man March.
I still see that same hoe.
So, yeah.
I seen her in his video too.
Yeah. So the funny thing about it is, the hook is
everywhere I
there
go.
we go. Yeah. It keeps seeing the same host. So basically, they're just talking about they're reusing the same girls in their videos and stuff like that. And so he's going through the Million Man March. Even there,
And Nate Dogg is he's such a distinct presence.
Yeah.
I will still stand by the fact that I think like Regulate is my favorite performance by him with Warren G. However, he does this great job of just being this hook you can rely on.
Yeah.
And when they're shuffling the card and you bring that next rapper up. Yaki's good, but he's not quite Snoop.
Yaki might be my favorite verse, though.
Yeah, Yaki's verse is excellent.
Yeah.
And I think we have Yaki one more time in this album,
Yeah,
right?
we do.
So at least once. This song,
Because he's with Outlaws too. So
that's right.
yeah.
All around is like just a feel good tune. It hits on all cylinders. It comes in after Ambitions, which is the first tune on the album. We'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But Ambitions kind of draws a more kind of like street dark thing.
Yeah.
This really does feel like a West Coast party.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. So the Million Man March, might as well mention, because it's mentioned a couple times on this, which only had 400,000 people, but it was organized by Louis Farrakhan, right? It was in the DC Mall. And actually, 400,000 people did show up, and there's proof of it.
Yeah. How about that?
He had a big crowd.
Yeah. Fucking pool is still in order, I believe.
And it was really about having like a Day of Atonement, demanding, that black men take responsibility for improving their own families. Like it was an interesting time. Farrakhan was a very divisive individual, but yeah. So I encourage you to do research if you're a younger listener and weren't around in 1995.
There's a little tongue-in-cheek and highbrow stuff going on here with the fact that he took an event like the Million Man March and then made it a joke about a hoe.
About a hose, right? Because it's about like reject violence, support households, build black family community and that sort of stuff. Yeah, was the intent there. So,
all right, what else do we have in common here?
What else do we have in common? I keep thinking you're talking about the rapper. All Eyez On Me. No, that's not a match. We did California, so we're gonna do the ones that match. Can't See Me.
Yeah. Oh man.
Can't See Me.
You want to open?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was just talking.
So I have my notes on this one. I'll be able to pull too.
Yep.
Yeah. So Can't See Me becomes one of these tunes for me that really shows off the storyteller.
Yeah.
While still the thug persona rapper.
Yeah.
There's a balance here. I see Tupac as kind of like a poet.
Yeah.
And when he decides to be the poet, his wordplay, it's not like gotcha clever. He's not doing a setup to take you down later in like spinning words.
Yeah.
It's not that like that whole haiku d'etat thing or what you'll end up getting, down the road with the roots and stuff.
Yeah.
When you see some of the word play. More so, he really does a great job telling stories. Mm-hmm. And then he has a way of talking about, it's a very Hemingway. He can talk about a place and then a mood, and then a place and then a mood.
Yeah.
And he does it so beautifully in this song.
Yeah.
And it makes you go, this guy's such an intellectual. Like, this guy journals. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. And I can almost see his words written in cursive because he's so comfortable. He's so slick behind the microphone.
Yeah.
This might be one of the two songs in the album that really show that off for me.
Yeah. And then Dog Pound recorded a version of this song for their debut album. This is produced by Dre. It's supposed to be originally appear on his unreleased collaboration album with Ice Cube. So there's a story behind that. Yeah. To me, it's the wordplay that really got me. Actually, the track is pretty great too.
Well, yeah, everything that we are about to say on our favorite tracks, the production behind it is fire.
And I think it's probably important to talk about the production on this because if you're used to modern hip hop, the production may sound stark in many cases comparatively.
They had 8 instruments they could use simultaneously.
Right. Yeah.
In most programming.
Right.
It's incredible what they were able to do with it.
Yeah, so it's not as maybe lush of a soundscape as you might get on a Kendrick album or something like that. But
no, but this is what created that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song is so incredible.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's void of that, but I'm just saying it feels like the time in a good way.
Yep.
And you also have George Clinton at the intro.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is just a great. Even though like sometimes what turns me off, I don't care about the bitches, money, hoes thing, like that doesn't do much for me. But the way it's articulated is here. But he's got your nickel plated 9.
Yeah. So like I said, it's a blend of the persona. We don't get to pick and choose the person he decides to play, right?
Of course not. Yeah.
But you'll see it in different places.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some of the more outward facing songs where he's not talking about his stature. They're fewer in the album, but they do exist.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to give some credit to here is there's some cool horns in this tune.
Yeah, they are. And the other thing, he doesn't do this a ton. At least I didn't pick this up, but this is a good example where he's using like internal rhymes that like other rappers do it. Like Eminem does it all the time, where he'll rhyme, like 3 different things together. He'll like string the rhyme together in a different way with an internal rhyme, which means it's not necessarily a full rhyme. And so, for example, I've got a line here. Where is it? Can I say the line? Yeah, I can. Okay. See me in the flesh and test, and get your chest blown. Right. Yeah. So like those internal rhymes.
It's just like skipping a stone.
Yep. Yeah. But because then what a true poet would say that he blows it, because it's see me in the flesh and test, get your chest blown, straight out of the west to keep that thing. Don't get blown. He rhymes blown with blown. So the English teacher would say fail, but it works in the context of the song.
Yeah.
Right?
It works.
Yeah.
Also it has like such a hard, like bop, like we heard, this sounds like, what's my motherfucking name?
Yeah.
Like the motif in this song too.
Yeah.
Carries it.
Yeah.
There's just energy all across it.
Yeah.
Easy A track.
All right.
What else do we like?
Our next one that we both like, Check Out Time.
Check Out Time.
And that's not like the concept of time. It's like it's time to check out. Yeah. It's not a command.
It's not a request either.
Right. No, it's not.
So I started that one. So you get to start Check Out Time.
Yeah. So this is like a Far Side tune.
It's exactly what it's like.
Basically Tupac and his crew woke up in a hotel after a late night, and this is just the recap.
It starts off with the whole dialogue. Oh man.
Yeah.
It set the whole moment.
Yeah. And then what I like about this also is Natasha Walker, who sung the hook, did backup. So she sings the hook in this song, and she did the hook in Thug's Life's Don't Stop Now, and did backups on Bury Me a G as well.
Yeah, she was all over his stuff.
Yeah. Overall, to me, it's mostly the feel. It's pretty funny.
I can't stand it not being on the album.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly fun song. This is not a tune that you're going to be like, oh, prolific rapping. Though there's some really clever rapping.
There is. And to me, it actually, because this comes after Picture Me Rollin', which is
the best song on the album.
So Picture Me Rollin' is, just got out of jail, and I've got to prove to everybody who incarcerated me, didn't like me, didn't believe in me. Yeah. I'm a big deal.
Picture me rolling in my 500 Benz.
Yep. And that one I like CPO's verse the best, but basically because his voice is so distinct.
I'm over smooth.
Yeah. But Check Out Time is a nice like relief.
It feels light and poppy.
Yeah.
In like a good way.
Yeah.
And it has a whole character of its own. It just goes to show how diverse the book is. Because Picture Me Rolling definitely casts more of like it's like a mature sunset. This is what I feel in that song. And in here, it's like what happened over the night. Boom, wake up.
Yeah, there's still a bunch
Check
of
out
dudes.
time.
Right. He's still only 24 or whatever when he made this. Yeah.
And you can tell.
Yeah.
It's a great tune.
Yeah, it's a great tune.
What's next?
What's next that we mentioned?
Man, check out Time's listens though. So check out Picture Me Rolling 129 million.
Yeah.
Check out Time down to 35.
Yeah.
And then Rather Be with Richie Rich after that up to $135. So it's like,
Yeah.
check out Time got dissed on that a little bit.
Yeah, but the one that's next on the list that we both agreed on is How Do You Want It?
Oh man, what a good tune.
That's a banger. That was a banger. Like,
That was a banger when it came out. It's still a banger.
yeah. Yeah. So California Love, you'll know that one. You'll know this one too.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt that Casey and JoJo are singing this lick. And
Yeah.
Honestly, it took me looking at the album to remind me, oh shit, that's all my life's Casey and JoJo.
Yeah.
And it's such a sick hook because it starts out as a unison, and then when it splits to the harmony, that's when it really hits you.
Yeah. Yeah. This song, my first note, I love the singing, I love the harmony, and if I knew how to crip walk, I'd do it to this song.
Just do it inside.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Do it inside, buddy.
Did you ever see Serena Williams do the crip walk at the Olympics?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, they couldn't layer on more Drake hate if they wanted to.
It's crazy.
Oh, it's killer.
Yeah. So this one charted #1 on Hot 100. It was club favorite. Yeah.
Perfectly put. If
Yeah.
you probably have heard this song,
There's 3 different music videos for this one. Like,
and really because you shoulda.
yeah.
It's just such a quintessential Tupac banger.
Yeah. And actually, Pac originally performed the chorus like in a low baritone voice, and he didn't like it, so then he called in the pros.
I imagine that sounding like a DMX track.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. How do you want it?
Exactly. And Pac wasn't known for his singing, y'all.
No, even though he studied it.
He had plenty of other skills.
Yep.
We didn't need him to be a singer. And also, you know, if you look at when this album was dropped and then the circumstances, as Dan mentioned,
Yeah.
they went right to the studio. If you're going to push out that much content, probably dozens of songs, 50 plus,
Right.
he ain't got time to sing these hooks. Like, just whoever's hanging around is just singing.
Yeah.
Get him in.
Yeah. And it really, I mean, this is, I don't know, it's great. It's a great tune. I don't even know how to, but in the videos, so there's a clean version of one of the videos and there's a not so clean version of it because they have a couple porn actresses, including Heather Hunter and Nina Hartley.
Nice.
In the video. So that's sort of the subject matter, you know, but this is a banger tune.
Yeah.
This is actually my favorite on the album.
Yeah. My notes on it are so not helpful. This song is so sick. It's an A tier or S plus, but I have to stick my ground. That's all I wrote.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I think it was? I think because of where it sits in the album, it's the 5th song on the entire release, disc 1. And I feel like I just remember the first half of disc 1 so well because that's what you listen to, right?
Yeah.
And so I think felt like I was giving it all away too easy. Like they all were so good in my mind.
Right.
And I got to like song 5, I'm like, another one.
Right.
Another one.
Yeah. But it's like when we did Al Green.
Yeah.
Right? And I said I didn't want Son of a Preacher Man to be
As good as it is.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Call a spade a spade. This is great music here.
Yeah.
And there's this, especially, I think there's this kind of like bum rush at the beginning of this album where it's just like classic, 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 classic.
Right.
Like even ones I don't love, classic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And funny enough, I believe there is a song or two in the entire collection that people that are well recognized and well known that both you and I don't think we collided on any of them, but there's definitely one or two that like I don't like or aren't too fond of, and same for you, where people be like, "Are you crazy?" And you're like, "Nah, bro."
Yeah. So at this point, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
All right, we're close.
6. Do you want to?
Let's do 2 more. Let's finish
two more?
off. Let's finish off all the songs we have in common,
Okay.
and then take a break.
I ain't mad at you.
So, I mean, this is arguably one of the best songs on the album. Period.
Yeah, I agree.
So many reasons.
Yeah. Well, first of all, This is an example where the sample is better than the original. So the sample in this one comes from the song Dream by DeBarge. Do you remember DeBarge?
DeBarger, I barely know her.
You know, Rhythm of the Night?
This is the rhythm of... Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah.
Right. From one of the best 80s kung fu movies, The Last Dragon.
Okay, no.
Right. To the beat of the rhythm of the night.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
Who was I thinking of?
The
Real McCoys or something like that?
You're thinking of a much newer song than this.
This is the rhythm of the night.
Yeah, that's like a Jock Jam
Whoa,
song.
whoa.
Yeah. That's a Jock Jam song. This is an 80s thing.
I'd call it a Z104 song, first of all, but thank you.
Sure. So it was featured in the movie The Last Dragon, where the protagonist was a martial arts young lad by the name of Bruce Leroy.
Okay, I'm familiar.
Yes. And the villain Show Enough.
Show enough.
Show Enough. So
Show
good.
is.
And he had this move where he'd wave his arms around and then the light would come out of his hands.
It's still a GIF.
It's so...
We use it.
Yeah, but that's what that's from. So that's DeBarge. But the song is a Dream by DeBarge, which is the sample in this. But the sample actually sounds better than the original song. The way they've interpolated it. Yeah.
The sample would also go off to make an even better song, in my personal opinion.
And that is?
Which would be Don't Leave Me by the one band Blackstreet.
Oh, okay.
You know them because every acoustic artist in the world, unfortunately, covers No Diggity.
Right.
But the really good song off of that album was Don't Leave Me, Girl.
Yeah.
Please stay with me too. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. So hot.
Yeah.
But take that out.
Yep.
And you still have a really good tune. Pac doing his storytelling thing
Yep.
perfectly. The only issue I have with this song, he's 100% still mad at these dudes.
Yeah, he is.
You're lying, Pac. You're lying.
Yeah, I am mad at you. Yeah.
Dude, you see this guy in public, you're going to punch him.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's considered an ode to his distant friends from childhood. And he's reminiscing and that sort of stuff. That's in there. And maybe he's not mad, but the way he's phrasing it doesn't sound like he's not mad.
Some of those things, he's like, and I get why you pussy don't like. He's essentially doing that thing that like your old friend that you like knew will be like, well, you never call,
Right?
and you're like, and then they laugh, and you're like, no. I can see your butt hurt.
Right.
Pac's a little butt hurt.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
but
that's
still, song's brilliant.
yeah. Danny Boy sounds great.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely does.
Yeah.
Danny Boy, so awesome. By the way, you know this song too, y'all. Listeners, if you hear this,
Yep.
you could effectively do Name That Tune in 7 notes.
Yeah.
Pac sounds awesome. Production-wise, real quick, just to get into it, overall, these 27 songs are really well produced, especially for the time. Mm-hmm. There are a couple poopers in here. We won't get to them. Maybe one of them, definitely one of them at the very end on my books.
Okay.
But this one is particularly well produced. He sits in this mix so perfectly. And part of this is because the way that he speaks and raps commands it.
Yeah.
You don't need to dress him up a lot. In fact, all you really need to do is strip away other crap
Right.
and really let him shine.
Yeah. I'm going to say something that's going to trigger some folks. Right. So when I was listening to this album one of the first times, my son was listening with me, and he listens to Kanye, and there's no doubt that Kanye's done some amazing stuff. I said when I turned this on, like, this is what a man sounds like when he's rapping.
Burn.
Yeah. And not even not throwing shade at the artist formerly known as him.
Yeah. Look, call it what it is, bro.
But there is a baritone to his voice, and not as like you mentioned DMX before, and he's into it. It's a mellower, smoother timbre to his voice,
sure.
but there's an edge to it.
Yeah. No, when it's like this, he has like this kind of like he's arguing with you, like this emphaticism.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying it, like he just kind of has this dig to him. And yeah, no, X would follow it. I was mainly laughing because X wouldn't shy away from singing his tracks.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what gave him a lot of his character.
Yep.
All right. What's the last one we had in common?
We actually have two more.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'd rather be your
Oh,
friend.
I'd rather be your. That song is awesome. I gotta find my notes on it though, because I believe I had choice words. For those who haven't figured out the word we refuse to say, it is
We're not allowed to.
that's right. But this one features a rapper, Richie Rich, who's all over this album, and I think has this great kind of I don't know. He just kind of sounds car salesman-y, and I like that about him.
Yep.
And he's such a funny pairing for Pac, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's almost like Pretty Boy against Pac, and I think that's what I like about it. They could never be mistaken for each other. Let's put it that way.
No. And so this is, it's a song about pining.
It is.
Yeah.
Say more, because we actually had a pregame talk about this a little bit.
Well, I talked about it because this song is in contrast to another song on here. I'll say that there's some hypocrisy.
A little bit.
Right.
Hip-hopocracy?
Yeah, I almost said that. Yep. You did. That's good. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics. I thought I had them written down here, but oh no, I do have them written down. It's in the other song. So, where is it? Okay. So there's a song, "Run the Street," right?
Yep.
And that's a whole like, "Hey, boys will be boys. I gotta go out. Yada yada yada." So let me do what I gotta do when I get home. I'm yours, right? Whereas, in this one is, I'd rather be your, so we can get drunk and smoke weed all day. It doesn't matter how lonely, baby. You need a thug in your life. These busters ain't loving you right. Right. So it's a little bit more like desperate. Like, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I'm your guy. Versus the other one, like, chill. I gotta go do my thing with my bros. It's like, all right, two songs not that far from each other on the album.
And also, you're like, it's like, so I'm yours.
Right.
We're gonna smoke weed and get drunk
All day. Yeah.
No, I think the reason this makes the album is I like the collaboration first and foremost.
Yeah.
There is some creative stuff there. If you think about the scope of songs at the time,
Yep.
this sounds nothing like what Pac has already done.
Yep.
And I can't think of any other songs that kind of address this tone. Gangster rapper wanting the hand of a girl.
Right.
And not doing it like I just want to plow. He's suggesting like they be in a relationship.
Right.
I thought we were leaving this for Usher. Or Soul for Real or the R&B heads. And so he kind of crosses over into like in the topical territory.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. And but the hook, as silly as it is, it's good.
Yeah, and on the back half too, this is at a part in the album. It comes off of a hot spot in the album for me. I really like the clump of songs that's around this, but outside of that, disc 2 is a little weaker than disc 1, so I have to give it a little love.
It's funny that you say that because when we first talked about this, I made that statement. And you said, no, I think it might be the better stuff on there. But
in hindsight, and I think you were right. Put it this way, look at the numbers of where we're choosing from.
Yeah,
it's weighted 60% front half.
And what's interesting though is obviously there's some great songs in the back half here, but I felt like they got too like almost formulaic. When we talked about Gorillaz, I talked about like introverted versus extroverted songs, songs that grab you regardless of whether you're paying attention, and songs that don't. And I felt like the second disc had more songs where once I paid attention, I'm like, oh, this is good.
There was definitely disc development here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that, for instance, 7, 8, 9, 10 is such a great run. So that's Picture Me Rolling, Check Out Time, Rather Be Your N, and All Times on Me is like all of those for me hit.
Yeah, except for All Eyes on Me, which I do not like the song.
See, I do like the song.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Do we have any more in common? One more?
I think that is it. Let me go back to that list. Wonder why they call you a bitch.
We can say that, yeah.
Yeah. But
Wonder why they call you a bitch.
But it's not spelled that way.
Bitch, Bytch.
Yeah.
Hot.
So it's not a bad word.
Hawt.
Not a bad word.
Not a bad word if you say it that way. Wonder why they call you a bitch.
Yeah. So is this a feminist song?
It is. He's not ever shied away from doing feminist kind of based songs.
Yeah. So you wouldn't think it with a title like that.
No. But if you listen to the message,
Right. If you wonder why they call you a bitch, it's because of
fill this on out,
yes.
right?
So don't do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Be better than that.
And don't get me wrong, is he really in a place to give anybody advice? Probably not.
Nope.
But he's making the argument that he cares.
Yeah.
This is social commentary. Mm-hmm. This is where you see him, and if you can get over the song title and get over the presentation, which is assertive, borderline aggressive, he's actually sat down, written out his points, and been like, hey, you wonder why you're getting flack from others.
Yeah.
Because frankly, you could take this title both ways. Now, mind you, it gets very female heavy, but there's at times where this is advice that flies. It's gender fluid.
Yeah. Now, a quote I saw is, so he can't get out of his own way because he's like, I don't think all women are bitches.
Jesus.
But your lyrics don't say that. Like, it doesn't, like, when I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute, did I not listen to the song correctly? Because I feel like the first time I heard it, I'm like, oh, come on. And I'm like, oh, let me listen to the actual message.
And you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You're acknowledging that some...
It's like the SZA song with Kendrick. Right? For my first take was like,
Oh, yeah.
right. I can't say the title of that one.
No, you cannot.
But it was all about the pussy and the pussy.
Yep.
And at first I was like, come on, SZA, why are you oh no, wait a minute.
Yeah. And the fact that Kendrick jumped on a song with that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is really smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Pac was onto something here. Did it fall on deaf ears? I hope not.
Yeah.
I think he means well in his sense here. I think that the backtrack for it's fantastic. I like his messaging in it because he's trying to do the social commentary thing, and he does it well.
He does. This because of the title and how many times they say it. It doesn't feel like "Daughter" by Pearl Jam or
Precisely. Yeah, you lose a little bit of the endearing factor.
Yeah. But and because Eddie Vedder's a well-known feminist as well with a lot of his lyrics, but
well, I wouldn't. See, here's the thing: is I wouldn't go out of my way and say Tupac's a feminist by any
But
level.
I've been saying it started in jest, but
I think this had the spirit of it.
this is worth listening to beyond like, oh, is this really degrading to women? I actually,
It's quite the opposite.
yes, yeah,
At least it was meant to be the opposite.
Yeah.
And we see you, Pac.
yeah. So, "bitch" is mentioned on this album 147 times. So I pulled down all the lyrics
Oh, that's right. You did some numbers.
and wrote a little script. So that's 147 times. The F word, how many times do you think? Including mother.
I think it's way lower. I think it's 72.
192.
Okay. Oops.
And the N word,
Caps all of that at 235.
396.
Jesus H. Christ. Okay.
I did a little bit of fudging that number because there's one of the songs he spells it.
Yep.
So I
counts.
I included that.
That counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Almost 400 times.
Yeah.
Way to go, Pac.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. And then we haven't talked about tongue kissing, but that's only mentioned 5 times on this album. And Alizé 13 times, Hennessy 6 times, Cristal 5 times. We directly 16 times, but there's more smoking references.
I would say that I'm sure it's triple that when
Yeah.
all said and done.
Yeah. I just searched for
Only
that one.
12 Alizés?
Yeah.
I feel like that's weak.
I feel like it was more because that's actually why I originally wrote the script was for how many times did I say Alizé?
You ended up with 400 N-words.
Like I might as well count those while I'm doing it.
Let's have some fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, you and I designed a pretty good 8-songer.
Yeah.
The question after this break will be, what would the other 4 look like in both of our perfect words?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now.
That's the goal.
After this break. That was Skin Vehicles featuring Christine Kahn. The song, I Know Your Scars. You can check out more of their music at skinvehicles.bandcamp.com. Oi!
Oi!
Proper.
Proper.
So, we had a pretty good time discussing, some of the easy similarities. I call these toss-ups. The songs that we just talked about as a really solid songs. But if you had to finish off an album with a few more, you and I did have some that didn't make the cut on one's list, but did on the other.
That's correct.
What would you highlight that I didn't?
What's your phone number?
I'm not saying that on the air, but yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. So the reason I love this so much is it has this ridiculous beat. It comes from the song 7779311 by The Time. That's Morris Day and Prince's, little thing. It's just so bonkers. It's just a song about trying to get laid, but you got Danny Boy on here who sounds awesome.
Yep.
And, he's, what's your phone number? He's just begging the girl for the thing. But I just want to, I call it out because actually the original song, 7779311, is a great song. And the beat is so off kilter.
Yeah. Morris Day, well, they had the Detroit thing going on.
Yeah.
And so you end up with some of the earliest really great mastery of synth walls
Yep.
in funk.
Yeah.
That's the kicker.
Right.
Right. We'd seen funk played in so many ways via Parliament, right? Mm-hmm. And you'd seen it all the way across the board, up and down to average white band, right?
Yep.
And it's just kind of like play in all these funny little places.
Yeah.
But there's its distinct brand of it that
Yep.
comes right out of the Detroit area. And Morris Day had it better than anybody.
He sure did. He sure did. So that's really the highlight for me. The lyrical content isn't amazing, but it's a fun song overall. But yeah, it to me when that song came, because I wasn't familiar. It's the last song on disc 1. When that came out, I'm like, what a banger of a song.
That one, I think that one made my almost in list. If we had
Yeah.
2 more songs on,
Yeah.
I'd happily welcome it.
Yeah, because what we actually did is we did tier lists internally, and then we're only giving you our S and A tier.
Yeah,
songs,
and honestly, I think you and I both had to cut an A tier or 2
Mm-hmm.
just to get down to what we have.
Yeah,
I'll take the title track, All Eyez on Me.
I know you will. Why?
I know it's not your favorite.
I have that between C and D tier.
See, that's sad for me.
Yeah.
No, I think this is some really, really great raw Pac footage. Mm-hmm. He has minimal production behind him. He's doing his own hook chant,
Yep.
and it feels wildly authentic when he does that.
Yeah.
And so there's no gimmick here, is my argument.
Yeah.
There's no reinforcement, no support. He feels like the true soul warrior of this song.
Yeah. This is the first song that he wrote coming right out of jail.
And it feels that way.
Right. Which is why it's not as good.
That's
I'm teasing,
so be it though. And
As a track.
there's a rawness to this.
Yeah.
And this is, if you're not gonna, I know that you're less likely to lean into stuff where he's speaking super gangster. Guy did just get out of jail.
Well, but here's where I'll give it credit. It's because this is really, in my opinion, is actually his version of how the media is portraying him.
That's
Right. So that's the difference, I
the
think.
brilliance of Pac.
Yeah.
Is he has the ability to say something pretty simply.
Yeah.
It's that the average person can't see.
Yeah.
And so we now have people who'll be like, "Oh, let me talk about my haters," right? Like that's kind of a common theme across music, not even just hip hop and rap anymore.
Yeah.
Just everyone wants to talk about their haters at this point. He's not saying that. He's saying, "Look at what I've become in the social light."
Yes.
Not in defense of himself per se.
No.
And so I think it's just neat that he can capture a moment in time like a flashbulb, and grab that, and then speak eloquently about it for as long as he does.
Yeah. And that's why, like I said, because I don't really like it that much, but I think it's maybe bumped up to a C. I had it between C and D actually. Mm-hmm. It's probably a C. Because I do give him credit for taking that lens on it.
Message wise, I think it's worthy of the name of the entire 2-disc album. Mm-hmm. And because it's a wise statement.
Yeah.
It's look, here I am, I'm back.
And I'm alone because this almost has 1 billion streams, right? It's 892 million, something like that.
Yeah, it's insanity. And if you think about it, it's not even the title track. It's not the opening track of the album.
Right.
People seek this track out.
Yep.
Yeah, look, it's so far back. It's the fourth to last song.
Yeah.
And it's sitting on almost 900 million.
Yep. So don't listen to me. What do I know? It doesn't really tickle me that way.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I don't feel like you could have the All Eyez on Me album without All Eyez on Me.
Well, you can't, but doesn't mean I have to. Doesn't mean I have to love it.
No. What any others in the lists that we disagreed on or did not see the light on?
Yeah, but somehow I can't see it. Give me.
Oh, here, I'll jump into one.
Yeah, go ahead.
My favorite song on the album, Picture Me Rolling.
not mine.
Oh my God, I love this song. I've loved this song forever though. But I came in knowing, I think that this song has everything going for it. This song not only has what might be the most solid musical background performance on the entire album.
Yep.
It's also got my favorite cast of characters.
That's a Johnny J sample from the song. I forget what the name of the song is. Johnny J song.
Yeah, with the slidey guitar thing.
Yeah.
And the killer bass line.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sick, and Pac sounds so good over it. It's a perfect match for his voice. It sounds like someone in a drop top ripping through the desert during sunset.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And then you get Danny Boy doing this like croony thing in the background as Pac reinforces it. Because the entire hook is just picture me rolling. Picture me rolling. That's it.
Right.
So classy. So easy. You didn't need anything else. Because this song has so much breath and air to it. But more importantly, you end up with our other collaborator. So not only do you have Big Sky, you have Pac, but CPO, baby.
Best verse.
His voice is so unique.
It really is. Do you want to try it?
No, I won't. I won't do him any disjustice.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. You know what it is, though? It reminds me of Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That deep, rich kind of like thing. Or Mike from Boys to Men, but not.
Yeah.
He's definitely the bass in the tune.
Yeah.
But you get this great cast. I think Pac's verse is fantastic.
It is. Yeah.
It's all about essentially this is a song kind of addressing your haters, but yet again, another light. You didn't think I had it in me. Now I'm out. I'm free. I'm out of jail.
But the people. So this is a B song for me, like B tier. So I'm
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna,
you don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it. It's just not in the top. My gripe with the thing about the haters is the people who put him in jail for sexual assault. You kind of earned being maybe disliked for that,
Sure.
right? And so maybe once you go to jail for sexual assault and someone says you're not going to amount to anything, you might have had that coming.
Yeah, but
so that's
he's
the thing
not
about
saying
it.
I didn't deserve to go to jail. He's going, I'm out. Picture me rolling.
Yeah, he also
He's
says,
not saying
he
I'm
also
right.
said-
Picture me rolling.
Well, he says free like OJ all day.
He's admitting to his crime, bro.
I just don't know that. Yeah.
He's admitting to his crime. I don't, and this is where you get, and we alluded to this. We didn't even allude. We straight said it way early in the episode. He bit off a little more than I think he could handle as a single man. Look, guy took 9 gunshots over 2 incidents.
Right.
He definitely had it in him. He had the dog in him. He was ready to fight.
Yep.
And he's gloating in this song.
Yeah.
But he's doing it in the coolest way, and it sounds that like it just rides, man.
Yeah. So the reason it goes down there is to actually take a little bit more accountability for it. Like maybe the people incarcerated you might have a feeling
but
about
he's
you.
telling stories. He's got 2 Rottweilers by his bed. He feeds them lead. He doesn't want to do that. He has to have security now at all times. He's saying it.
Yeah.
He's owning it.
Right. Yeah.
This guy predicts his own death like all of the time in all of his songs.
He does.
He's very aware of who he's pissed off. He's definitely smug about it.
Right.
I generally
He
don't
wanted-
like
he-
that person.
I think he wanted to die.
But right now, ooh, hot take.
Yeah.
I think he was expecting to. I don't think he wanted to. I don't think he was running arms open at death. But I think he was doing the Scarface thing where he was like, I'm going down swinging. And every day he thought he was swinging.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, he definitely put himself in some bad positions.
Yeah.
But this song to me is like a calm, blunt ride
Mm-hmm.
where he's reflecting a little bit, and I love it. I love the voices in this song across the board.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of depth. This is my favorite song on the album. It's my favorite Tupac song ever.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
I can say that without any halt.
I guess another one I'll talk about, and this I'm going sample heavy here, is Hearts of Men.
See, that song didn't make it close for me. That's funny.
Yeah, and mostly because it's the combination of samples that come together to make this like great backing track. You have a sample from "Darling Nikki" by Prince, the harmonies there.
What's she doing in the hotel?
She was reading a magazine. You have "Down for the Upstroke," the sax part that's played by Maceo Parker.
No, I thought she was doing that in the hotel.
Yeah, Maceo Parker.
Down for the upstroke.
She was definitely doing that. Yeah. I already told my Darling Nikki story on this podcast. Well, we'll have to figure out. That was during the Boys to Men episode.
You have to figure that one out. It's an old one.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to hear my Darling Nikki middle school dance story, that's in the Boys to Men episode.
And Maceo Parker, I think we talked about
In
2 episodes ago. 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 with James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah, so he's a sax player on that track. Fred Weasley and the Horny Horns is the band. And then you have this awesome sample with Richard Pryor.
It's a great sample.
And if you listen to the whole thing, the track is called "The Back Down." It's a obviously comedy bit. And he's like, "I was in every gang, all of them. There are like 5 of them, right?" And he's like, "I just kept picking the winner, you know."
Richard Pryor, bro.
Yeah, he's like, "Because I couldn't fight." I'm not going to tell you the name of that album because I can't say the word, but
You'll figure it out now.
figure it out. Yep. So it's really that it just made me smile. Is that whole
It had
combination.
enough like the elements.
Ingredients,
Yeah,
yeah,
were just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, overall, if you were to look at, I think either of our lists, and I've got a peek at yours already too.
Yeah.
80% of the music between these 2 discs, 27 songs, is pretty damn great.
Yeah.
There are a couple that I don't think either of us love. Let's start with, of course, the aforementioned California Love remix.
Yep.
Definitely the worst of the bunch.
Most disappointing, not the worst.
No, most is once you have the real thing,
Yes.
you can't take away the real thing.
Right. I'm hating on it so hard because I like the original one so much.
That's right.
If I heard it by itself, I'd probably like it.
Yeah, if this was the only version of it to ever exist,
Yeah.
I can't. It would not be S tier. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Okay.
I've got Life Goes On.
Yep. Me too.
I feel like this is an important piece of art. It's not a good piece of music.
It's not. The production on it's dog shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a sample of Brandy by the OJs, which is the music in the background, which could be like almost the Vitamin C song. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel inspired either. Like the presentation doesn't feel like his heart was in it.
Well, yeah. It's weird because there's the song part, and then there's the I'm just talking. I poured some glass for you, and there's some Hennessy, and there. But I remember this song in the zeitgeist when it came out. And there are gangbangers getting teared up. It's an emotional song. It's a send off to like there's an element to it. That's why I think it's an important piece of art. It's just not a good song.
No, it's just not a good piece of music.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna go back to song. Music is more than just the notes.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed. That's unfortunate.
All right. I have a hot take one, and then
I have a hot take one too.
Let's hear your hot take one.
No More Pain.
Okay.
People like that song.
They do. It's I don't dislike it as much as you do, but
it just, some songs just simply annoy you.
I mean, I have it as a D tier, but
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty bad.
yeah.
I just don't think that No More Pain deserves to be liked as much as it is. It's not even. Yeah, I think I have a problem with the image of the song as much as I don't like the actual song.
Yeah.
I'm equally and therefore double is furious that folks seem to celebrate this tune.
Yeah, because this is the song. If there's a song that might support my argument about him potentially wanting to die, this would be the one.
Yeah.
Because he says, "When I die, I want to be a living legend." Right?
Okay.
Great, but he's like planning on this coming soon because he's in this paranoia stage at this point.
Absolutely.
Right? So he was not in a good state of mind, and I think this does this. This represents this, but it's not a good song.
No, and it also is long as all get out. It's over 6 minutes of this.
Yeah.
And, it's one thing to try and get us to hang our emotional hat on a tune, but the song, when you look at like the development of the actual tune, doesn't go anywhere.
No.
And so like, I don't need 6 minutes of it. You're not saying anything is gripping me enough.
Right.
It just kind of feels like
Yeah, this ain't Frankie Teardrop.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Don't mess with the real classics here, folks. You want to hear Depression.
Our biggest
Yeah.
streamed video on YouTube is that one.
I'm proud of that, bro. I'm not sorry, not sad.
It got like 1,000 views like last week or something like that. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
It's bad song. Way worse song than
Anything.
Tupac could take a shit in a can and then dump an ashtray in it and eat it and be more entertaining than that album.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
The whole album, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pac's got him in spades. All right. So yeah, that No More Pain for me just was, it's so flat. It's kind of just the journal of a scared person.
Yeah. I'll do one more. I'll do my hot take. And then we should go back to being positive because overall we do like this album, but Only God Can Judge Me.
Yeah.
It's not a great song, and I just have a hard time. All right, if you're gonna be all gangster and tough and have a 9 and deal with these topics and celebrate them, right? I know he had another agenda, but there's stuff on here that's celebrating all of that, and Only God Can Judge Me. If you're gonna use God as your shield, then be good.
Yeah. You know why? God said so. So like, bro.
Right. And this is someone, I'm not a religious person, but if that's your thing, Only God Can Judge Me, you can't hide behind that. Like, come on. Right. So I don't like the hypocrisy of it. I find that obnoxious. We're living in that world right now where everyone's using God as a reason to do reprehensible shit.
Yep. It ain't just rappers. Or any musicians. Plenty of them doing it.
Right.
Plenty of politicians doing it.
That's the world we're
Plenty
living
of
in. Yeah.
everyday my neighbors doing it.
Yeah. So that's why this song like triggers me. Yeah.
Can't have both ways, kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I don't love the vocal performance on this one.
Nope. And the even though the vocoder makes it a little bit more interesting.
I think it's used poorly. I'm
More
a fan of a vocoder.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. So Carl, what's the difference between a vocoder and like what? So what isn't a vocoder? Can you explain that to our?
Versus.
I was going to say like because you might get confused and think it's auto tune.
Okay, got it. So
yeah.
So a vocoder is an instrument. It's actually a microphone attachment.
Yep.
That lets you shape the sound of notes played via a keyboard.
Right.
Right. So T-Pain did this very, very well. Still is able to do this quite well.
Yep.
Which means that you can say the word. You don't have to sing it. You can simply say the word.
Yep.
I could say hello, but play CDE and it would go hello.
Yep.
Right. And so you're assigning note characters to a vocal part.
Yep.
The vocoder has different forms and formula. The vocoder is keyboard specific.
Yep.
Right? Whereas you could hear talk boxes used in very similar ways. Do you feel like we do Frampton?
The Frampton song, yep.
Or later in life, Daft Punk.
Yep.
Would you catch it on So Daft Punk's funny because they'd use both almost interchangeably.
Yeah.
Because there's some guitar playing talent in there. And so you could hear like work it, do it,
Yep.
make it, or work harder, faster, longer, stronger, right?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But the guitar part,
Almost impossible to sing, by the way.
insane. It's insanity. It's
The
'cause
breath-
octaves.
yeah.
Yeah. And then but they were able to pull it off because they're playing it on the keyboard.
Right.
And then the guitar part, though, you've seen done on a vocoder or on a talk box.
Yep.
And that's sick as well.
Right. So a talk box, in contrast, is it's a microphone extension, but you're going through a tube
So the tube plays your guitar part
into your mouth.
and then your mouth shapes the sound and then goes through another microphone.
Yes.
And then out.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We have a vocoder too, don't you? You used to.
Marie has it right now. Marie, I want my microcord back.
Yeah.
But the third piece here would be the conversation now about hard tuning and auto tune.
Yeah.
So this one takes away the instrument and lets a computer make the decision of where your voice goes based upon parameters set.
Yeah.
And this is what you're hearing in like Drake tunes.
There you go. And that's how you can get music nerdy on a hip hop album.
Yeah, you need that though.
Look at that.
So much of it. I mean,
All right. Any other things to?
no, it's a long
Critique?
one. We should
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
In short, All Eyez on Me, 27 songs long. Did Dan and I think we probably could have made this a shorter album so it'd be a little more poignant? Yeah,
We're fine.
we're fine. Are there some absolute bangers on here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most importantly, does this album deserve to be on the top 500 albums list of all time?
Are you asking if I would hit it?
Yes.
I would. And more than you might think. Like I
think you'd hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, I think that like this. So it's funny when the other day I was listening to two in a row, previous albums from this list. I listened to Southeastern
Oh, great album.
and Bon Iver, the Bon Iver album.
Pretty good album.
Yeah, I've probably listened to the Bon Iver album, which I had never listened to it before the podcast. I'd heard his music, but never listened to that album. I probably listened to it 4 times since recording the episode. I've actually really grown to enjoy it, and this is one I didn't have the album in the day, familiar with the music, but I will be listening to this. It'll be in the rotation
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I was right here for all of this. This was if you didn't have this when you were in middle school, was when I came out for me. I was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Then you didn't exist in a certain circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this album's so excellent. And I think more importantly, as I think we stated earlier, what it did for hip hop was so monumental and so massive. It's an entire sound. For better or for worse, it created some of the East Coast, West Coast beef. And the worst part of that obviously would be the violence.
Yeah.
But man, it did create some competition. It defined sounds. And Pac himself is just really prolific.
He was.
As a character, as a writer, as a speaker. He's just really convincing. He's really musical. The folks around him who are producing this, we obviously know a lot of the players who are involved in Def Jam at all times. And having dudes like Suge and Dre around him definitely gave him access to people.
Yeah.
But something tells me whoever would have picked him up or self-produced, he still would have found a way to get a lot of this out, and it would have been just as convincing.
Yep.
I'm glad we got the versions we did.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like fat synth bass
Yeah.
more laid back grooves, and then hearing him just surf those.
Yeah.
It's bliss.
Yeah. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Question for you.
Oh God.
Oh no, you ready?
Please no. Don't do it.
What's in your ears?
Okay. So I just came off the road, so that's really good. The songs I listened to the most, unfortunately, were my son's new favorite songs, which
Okay.
include "Good Mood" by Adam Levine, as featured on the Paw Patrol soundtrack.
Okay.
Actually, a pretty good hook and some horn playing at the end of that one. So, way to go! It sounds like the song "Sugar" by Maroon 5,
Yep.
verbatim. Of course, it wouldn't be a car ride with Jonas if there was not plenty of Frankie Valli songs.
I was going to say, just listen to the Grease.
We of course listen to Grease. A lot of Sherry Baby. He's really into that right now. And then his other favorite one right now is One Republic's "I Ain't Worried About It Right Now."
Oh, wow.
You know the song from the football beach scene in the second Top Gun?
Yes.
It's effectively the volleyball scene from Top Gun 1.
Right.
Catchy songs. So good job, Jonas, for getting those in my head. Two things I'd like to speak about because it was a long trip. One, I happened before they pulled it off YouTube to catch the entire Montreal performance of Wolfpack. Mm-hmm. So good. This one's interesting.
Okay.
Theo Katzman's touring separate of Wolfpack right now, so Theo wasn't in.
Oh,
That's crazy.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy,
How does
right?
that work?
You know how that works? First of all the Wolf guys they threw in there. So you got Woody, Jack, and Joe, of course. The core four, sans Theo. Now add on who I think are the most natural next real additions, who are Corey Wong and Antoine Stanley, singer and guitar player, backwards. Now and Joey Dosick,
Yep.
singer, sax player, keyboardist. So now you got a pretty good front. Charles Jones on organ.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Jacob Jeffries, that guy from Fort Lauderdale, who's got a real fun singing style.
Yep.
He can play a little bit of keys. He plays some hand percussion. He really fills out the vocal section. But I still haven't answered the question. How do you do it without Theo?
Right.
Louis Cato.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The Louis Cato.
Yeah.
He's out of a job. Colbert's show got canceled. He
Yeah.
was running Colbert's band.
Yep.
It's crazy. He's just little black Theo. Glasses,
No,
shiny head,
It makes perfect sense.
drums, high voice, guitar. He can do it all. And like I've been hip to this guy for a minute. He gets played. He used to get play on just WIPR type stuff, right? Then he had a great tiny desk.
Yep.
He's running Colbert's band. Comes in, man, and I like Theo. I love Theo.
He's so
I think we know each other's first names. I know his. And I think his music is perfect for his solo stuff. And I was floored when I was like, wow, you're going to like let this go. And I'm afraid for Theo now. Because Kato did such a good job.
But Theo is such a personality on top of it. Not that Kato's not.
Bro, like I'm just saying, when
Yeah.
you're running a 10-person band, there's a lot of personality to pass around.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he was. And the thing is, Kato's playing Theo's exact role. He's drumming all the Theo songs and singing them. It's playing. He's doing the scat solos.
Did you do Back Pocket
Yep.
acapella?
They didn't do the acapella, but he does. He's got it all.
Yeah. So if you're not hip to this, they do one of their songs, Back Pocket.
It's like the one that put him on the map.
Yeah, probably is.
That
yeah.
and then Deantown was like a viral.
I thought
sensation.
Animal.
Animal Spirits.
Yeah, Animal
It's
Spirits.
up there, but I think Back Pocket was like the poppy one. Yeah.
Yeah. So so when Theo does it live, he gets the audience harmonizing. They
used to do that. I think finally the Jacob Collier thing's worn off.
it could be. It could
Because
be.
they did that live in at Madison Square Garden, I think, and that was like a big
fantastic.
moment.
Yeah.
But check out the Montreal performance if you can find it. It was stupid. It was
Yeah.
so good. Almost 2 hours, pure bliss. Couldn't believe it. I was heartbroken to see Theo wasn't there. Saw Kato, was so excited to see him, and man, does he deliver.
Yeah.
But the whole band does, and they're genuinely really, really happy. Watching them play, they haven't really missed a beat. They're so good.
Yeah.
So there's my first one. My second one, real quick. Every time I take my road trip up to Maine and back, I have to listen to the same stupid album, which I love so much.
Okay.
The Bird and the Bee.
Oh yeah. Bird and the Bee are great. They are fantastic.
And specifically
We've never talked about Bird and the Bee.
I know, right? Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Female singer, male producer.
Yeah.
A lot of like, kind of like real like purest drum machine synthesizer work. Cool nouveau singing style, a lot like Natalie, Dawn, and others.
Yep.
Kind of the muted female.
Yep.
Real cool.
Yeah.
But they did this Interpreting the Masters Volume 1 album, which is an entire album of them interpreting their interpretations of Hall & Oates songs.
Yeah.
And I've made you listen to this how many times?
Yeah.
Over the years.
Yeah.
It's a tradition to listen to this. So if you ever want to hear really, really killer versions of I Can't Go For That, Man-Eater, Rich Girl, Sarah Smile, look no further than Burden the Bee, Interpreting the Masters Volume 1. Dan, what you been listening to?
Wow. That was a lot.
I know.
And you didn't even want me to
I never want you to ask the question.
So two things, and they're so very different from each other. So I was just in New York and saw Christian McBride. And as such, last year, I think it was last year, I'm trying to pull up the date on this, the trilogy number 3, Chick Corea Trio, he released a live album with Chick Corea, Brian Blade, and Christian McBride.
That's almost Return to Forever.
Yeah, it is a fantastic live album. It is.
Who are they missing? John McLaughlin at that point?
Yeah. But it's such a good album and such good recordings.
Brian Blade's just the most
Beast.
insane drummer.
Yeah.
And not in the way you think.
Right. Yeah. Such a good album. So listening to some Christian McBride, said, "Oh, that's right," because I was listening to this album last year when it came out. Such a good album. And then the thing that's completely opposite of this is this small little EP called Loops of Fury by the Chemical Brothers.
Oh, Chemical Brothers are back?
No, this is a 1995 release.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. This is something when I was like in my career, when I was primarily coding. This is coding music for me. It's just such great, it's such a banging album.
What was their Hey Girls, Hey Boys?
Yep.
All together now.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yep.
That is the most Cody sounding music, though.
Yeah, it is. It's perfect. So I couldn't think of two very different things, but if I go through what I was just listening to, I listened to a lot of Loops of Fury and listened to a lot of that Chick Corea Trio.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's a long one, Daniel.
It is.
Let's let the people go. But first, what are we listening to next week?
Do you really want to know?
I think they ought to know.
All right. We're listening to Actually by the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, that's right. I don't know what to think about this.
Yeah, the 1987 release.
I do have West End Girls saved in my liked songs in Spotify.
It's a good song. Will it be on the album? Find out next week.
My name is Carl Carter Fanston.
I'm Dan Woodard.
We will talk to you then.
Love you. Bye-bye.
That was a show about the album All Eyes on Me by Tupac. Landmark album, tragic story, listen to it.
Backward Speeds Podcast is a Tuna-Wood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backward Speeds Podcasts on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then, salt your melons.